Scripting videos is not an easy task. I actually used to hate scripting videos because it confused me and I would go to film and I wouldn't even use it. In this video, I want to show you my process and an easy way to do your scripting and outlining. So in this process, I will show you the hook and some ideas on how you can hook people in and how I script the video to keep the viewer watching. Let's talk about retention. You need to create a script that is engaging to keep the audience watching, right? The higher retention on your videos is key to the success of your channel. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the hook. Hook the audience in and grab their attention. If you can hook them in the first 10 to 30 seconds, likely they will watch the rest of the video. Now, there are a few ways that you can do this. The first way is to tease the video. So give out teasers throughout what's going to happen in the video. For example, a lot of vloggers do this. They'll tease a little bit of what's going to happen in the video, something exciting and something crazy. Or even movie trailers do this. They give out little bits and pieces, but some of the best pieces that are going to happen in the video, and you're just like, I need to watch that. Another way is you can share a fact about the topic that you're going to talk about. So for me, for YouTube, I could share a fact about YouTube. I could go back and do a little bit of research on how many channels were created last year, and then I could actually use that as a hook for the beginning. So if I was creating a video on how to create a YouTube channel, this would be a great fact to share. Another way is you can actually share your experience right at the beginning, so it grabs people's attention and brings them into the video. A great example of someone that hooks people really well is Mr. Beast. So in the first 10 to 30 seconds, he hooks them in, he figures out what he needs to say to get that audience to watch the rest of the video. And a lot of the time what he will do is he will actually share what's going to happen at the end. It keeps you watching to see the process, and then at the end you see the big result. So he likes to tease the ending, but he does it very strategically, so you need to make sure that you're not just sharing the whole ending and that's it. Why would people watch the rest? You want to share it strategically so that you're not giving away all the information. Okay, so the next part is the intro. This is very self-explanatory. I'm not going to go into detail here, but I will share this. You need to introduce yourself in some way. Now, not always do you need to do this. You don't have to have a specific section where you're saying, I'm a YouTuber and this is what I do and blah, 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 blah. You don't have to share the whole experience. It's not like you need to have a big spiel. Just quick and simple, it works really well. Now, not everybody does this, and I don't do it. I don't introduce myself. I used to do this a lot and it actually dropped my retention, so you work with your channel and your videos. So I used to introduce myself. I've now cut that part out, and I just get straight into the meat of it all. Now, you can do this with some videos. You can kind of go back and forwards with it, just so that new people that do come to your channel can understand who you are and what you want to share on this channel. This part I'm adding here just because there are some people that will use this and need this for their videos. The third section is the tips, the advice, and some people like to say the meat of the video. This is what you want to get across to your audience. What are you sharing within this section? So I'll do a whole bunch of research. I'll put out, 5 or 6 tips, and then I'll add to it as I go along. So I add all the tips down, and then what I do is I go back and I actually start writing out the details for each of those tips or those points. This is going to be the biggest part and the longest because you want to research, but you want to make sure the content is good. This also can be used for vlogging. So if you have a vlogging style channel, you can use this script style for vlogging. It's going to be a bullet point for you in a sense. So you have the hook, the intro, and now you have the meat of it all. You're just going to put bullet points in and ideas that you want to share throughout that video. So you don't have to use specifically the way I use it, but it's just an idea for you. So number 4 is an engaging question. I've actually added this back into my videos. I was doing a test for a few months, and quite a long test just to see if it really does matter if you have an engaging or call to action, so to speak, in your videos. So I cut out a few months for the engaging question, and I saw a big drop in my retention. And since I've added it, there have been a few people that have started answering the questions again. So I do see the value in having an engaging question in the middle of your video or somewhere in your video. Maybe 6 out of 10 people just don't know what to say. So if you're actually giving them a question to answer, they're more likely to answer because now they've gotten this question that maybe I could answer this, or maybe these are my thoughts on what she's talking about. So even if you're a vlog channel, you can still do this, ask an engaging question and actually get people to comment in the comment section. Don't be like, oh, comment an emoji. That's so silly. If you have a true fan base or a fan base that really loves anything that you say and do, then that's fine. But as you're starting out as a YouTuber, you actually need to ask insightful questions so that people can give you insightful answers. So it's important to think of an engaging question that people are actually going to answer and comment below. Speaking of engaging questions, please comment below what you think of this video, and if it's helping you so far, I would love to know because scripting is a process and I know it's stressful at times. Not everybody is going to be the same person, but I'd love to know in the comments if this video has helped you so far. Okay, so the next one is the outro. The outro was so important. Gosh, guys, Sometimes people just drag on the outro so long that people get bored, and that's when you see the large dip in your retention. You need to keep people watching, so you need to have information all the way to the end. So if you're dragging it out and it's just long and monotonous, people are going to click off and say goodbye, which is hurting your retention. So when it comes to your outro, you need to make sure you are doing it wisely. So a lot of the time with people actually are finishing up with their tips, they'll say, okay, that's it for today, guys. I want to, and then they have all this other stuff that they want to say. Once you say, okay, that's it for today, or that's all of the tips, people are like, okay, that's it, done, let's click off. But don't do that. Actually give a good outro, and here's how you do it. The first thing is to keep it short and sweet and actually do a call to action at the end. So you want people to go somewhere else, you want to go them on the playlist, or you want to go to another video, or you have a PDF or something that you want to download. Let them know and redirect them to that. For me, I like to actually suggest another playlist or another video that they can binge watch through that's kind of related to the topic that I'm talking about. This is why once you build up the content on your channel, you'll have other content that's related, and you can say, oh, hey, go check out this video. They want to see people staying on YouTube. They don't want to see them going on to TikTok or Instagram. YouTube is where they want it to be. So if they're staying on your channel longer, you're going to push out things more. The outro is key to keep people watching on your channel. Basically, to summarize, you want your hook to hook people into that video to get them to watch your channel. The intro is short and sweet, quick to the point if you are doing one. Then you have the meat of the content. You have all the stuff that you want to share within the video. You do the engaging call to action question because that's going to get the engagement on your videos. And the outro, you need to get them to stay on your channel longer. All of these points are key to getting your channel to grow faster. Important point here is that you need to put your own spin on things, so maybe doing the same as someone else isn't going to work for you. You need to have your own spin on things, so change it up, just mess around with it a little bit to see what works for you. So speaking of outros, I have a playlist set up for you on all of the basic YouTube tips so that you can learn and grow fast on YouTube. As always, guys, don't forget to create adventure and live to inspire. Have a good one.